let's see if I can do this. Okay.
Yes.
Let's start again. You are being filmed
All right.
even as we speak here at MotorMouth Radio.
We're going to talk about how to make an accurate sized hole. Say you want to mount something to a wall, and you're going to use this device, which is called a lag bolt.
Let me see. That looks nice. That's a nice bolt you got there, Ray.
Now, what you have is, you have to do a couple of things. You have to take some measurements first.
Now, usually if I want to make a good size hole, I need a good size hammer.
Right, well, if you're going to make a...
Let's see what we got here now.
You're going to mount this... this is I brought my veneer caliper.
Now, why are you measuring... Why are you measuring veneer?
Because this is how you do it. If you want to make... If you have a piece of metal... that's going to be mounted to a wall, let's say.
Okay.
This bolt needs to pass through the metal cleanly. That's called a through hole. And the way you determine what the through hole...
He's talking about through holes.
And the way you determine that dimension is you take the... I use the lag bolt because it's an exaggerated. It shows the threads very, very...
and they're very coarse. They're coarse threads, and they tap to a point.
You would take your veneer caliper and measure the outside dimension of the threads.
Now, really,
and if you see this, it's like 369, something like that.
Now, just out of curiosity, why would anybody want to do that if all they want to do is drill a hole in a wall?
Because how do you know what size hole to drill, dummy? That's what I'm telling you. Now you take your veneer caliper, you say, okay, this was 378. You know that 3/8 is 375,
right.
375, 375 thousandths of an inch.
Okay.
So it's a 3/8 lag bolt.
Come on, get entertaining now.
So you would drill a but before you do that, if you're going to move to another metal...
I have to back up. He's moving, I got to back up.
You need what's called a pilot hole.
Ah!
And the way you determine a pilot hole for a lag bolt or a wood screw or a sheet metal screw is you look at the inside dimension of that. You see the shaft.
Do that with your fingers again.
You see the shaft of the bolt, right?
It's getting bigger.
Now look, you measure that with these sharp
You're moving stuff around here. I can't. Look at you moving stuff around. Come on. You're the cameraman's nightmare.
Okay, you measure the inside diameter.
Let me see the inside diameter.
What is it, like 0.265, something like that?
0.2675. Yes.
Okay, 0.2675.
Okay.
So that's a little over a quarter inch.
People, listen, really, you got to go to MotorMouthRadio.com. This is riveting, but you have to see it.
There's something, if you don't know what these sizes are, there's something called the tap drill chart.
You know what? I feel like listening to about sleeve cylinders right now.
Because you need to learn this stuff.
But I'm drilling a hole, for God's sake.
That's the point. You're doing it wrong all these years. You're supposed to do it right.
I'm drilling an effing hole.
I'm educated, but you're doing it wrong. If you're drilling a hole, ow! That's what you get. Give me a leg bolt back.
No!
Give me a leg bolt back.
I gotta go find it. Hold on, there it is. Here it is. There, I found it.
Good.
Ow!
I'm just saying, there's a proper way to do things, and then there's your way of doing things. But you're not the only one. Many people do not know that this stuff exists.
And many people do not care.
Yang knows. He knows all about this. This chart will give you the screw size. It'll tell you the.
I'll give you the size of a screw.
And a clearance hole. A chart like this is monumental. This thing. I have one of these hanging everywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
I have one in the garage.
It's in the bathroom.
In the basement. There's one. That's a quick, easy way to measure. A clearance for a lag bolt or a sheet metal screw or a wood screw.
Got it.
If you were going to tap this, it's a whole nother lesson, and we'll visit that another time.
Thank God.
But if the battery dies in this, you make sure you have...
It's a battery? Oh, yeah, look, it would. Yeah,
it's digital, right?
Digital, yeah.
Then you make sure you have one of these.
Let me see.
This is a dial caliper.
That's nice.
It does the same thing, but you need to interpret the dial scale.
Right.
Which is not hard at all. These are really easy to use. And these things now, these are fairly good ones. But cheapos, actually, this is an NSK. This is a cheapo.
Okay.
I have more expensive ones at home. But the cheapo ones do as good of a job, believe it or not.
Well, I'm so glad I was able to film this. And I'm really equally as glad that I'm going to put this on MotorMouthRadio.com and bore
You want another piece of this? You want another piece of this? You got a piece of me right now. I'll give you another one right now. And I'll have fun doing it.
All right, I'm going to turn this off before I get hit.